Hello, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 17, I think. This is the Nook. I've featured it many times on my channel, and so you should know that this is where my male chameleon Kronk used to live. Kronk passed away in August, so it's been empty ever since, and that's been an adjustment, I'm not going to lie, because this was like our first project after moving here. The lizards were still at home in Minnesota with a friend. And so as soon as we got here, we started building this area so that my friend could ship them to us. So this has literally grown up in this space since we got here. Like, you know, it did not used to look like this. Everything has grown and evolved over the years, and to have it empty is still really weird. But it's not the end, because I do still want to get a male panther chameleon. That's my dream, and this will be the space for them. But we want to kind of overhaul it and redo it. It's not bad. We just found another method of getting the sticks on the wall, and just we're gonna put like these stone pieces on the floor versus the carpet. So anyway, it's gonna be really cool, but that will be the big project before we get the next chameleon. But in the meantime, we're gonna put a Christmas tree in here, because I told Jess, I was like, we can now get a bigger Christmas tree because we have an empty space, you know? So today, my goal is to clean this up and prepare it for said Christmas tree. So first things first is we can get rid of this. I don't even know, is this a headboard? Side piece? It's part of a bed that I found in the garage, and my in-laws weren't needing it because we don't have this bed set up. So I was like, this is the perfect barrier. I didn't have a barrier for a really long time, and then one day Kronk realized there was no barrier, and he was in the closet or something like that. So then I was like, okay, barrier is now going to happen. So that's the other thing, is when we rehaul this, we'll get an actual barrier. That's not just a piece of a bed. It worked for what we needed. But yeah, that's it's a big step to be able to just walk in here without stepping over this, but it'll be easiest for what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go take this down to the garage and be right back. Now we can just walk right in, which is really nice. It's still gonna be kind of a tight fit with all the sticks, but that's okay. Okay, and then the other thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this. Oh my god. This mascane plant almost lived to be 5 years old this year. It's the sole plant from the first batch of plants that we bought for this Nook. Everything else either died or had to be replaced because it died. I guess everything died. The pothos has done really great lately though, but yeah, this is the last plant from the first batch of plants, and it finally died. I don't know why. It looks like it was root bound, but like it's in a giant pot. Like this pot is at least 2 feet wide, so maybe 1.5 feet. So I don't know why it got root bound if it had that much space, but I don't know. But yeah, I have finally pulled it out, and I've been needing to take it down to the compost pile. So today is the day, because I really don't want this in the background of the tree. I'll be right back. Alright. So, speaking of compost, this is a fish tank that I think my brother gave me. It was like an extra fish tank my family had. I've never given it back. But I originally got it for a lay-bin for my first lizard and first chameleon. And it has since been used for like feeders, mainly the roaches. And now I have a pot of dirt. I showed this in a couple of Vlogmases, I think maybe last year or the year before. I have a pot of dirt where I keep hornworm bugs to turn into moths. And then our compost is actually in here as well, our upstairs compost. So I'm going to move this into the bathroom because that's where the roaches and the black soldier fly are right now. So that way we have all the feeders together. And then we're going to use the table it's on for the base of the tree. So let's go do that. Also, speaking of the compost, I wanted to show you that we have baby black soldier fly larvae. All those little specks, little white creamish specks, are itty bitty larvae. So I feel like I've finally seen the whole life cycle of a black soldier fly. Also, you're very lucky you can't smell through the screen because this stinks. Okay, I moved a couple of the little things out of the way, so now I just need to clean off this blue table, and I think the tree will go perfectly on that. So it's supposed to arrive either today or tomorrow. That's why I wanted to do this today. Yeah, I thought I'd show you kind of what the Nook is looking like without its main attraction, but you know, it's not forever. I'm sad, but also I know this isn't the end of my male chameleon experience. This sounds so wrong, but anyway, let me just clean this off real quick. You're not looking at my booty. Oh, gross. Oh, I don't know if the camera caught that, but a little black soldier fly just flew by. I'm guessing it came from the compost bin, which means I can't feed it to the lizards because you are, little dude. I don't know what it's eaten. You know, I throw a lot of food scraps in there, so there could be tomatoes, and I'm gonna add some lemon to it, so you know, all kinds of stuff that the lizards really can't eat. So if you don't know what they've been, if you don't know what your feeders are eating, don't feed it to your lizards because you never know. Tomatoes are poisonous, so if I fed this to them and they'd eaten a tomato, that would not be good. But yeah, this should be pretty much set. I'm gonna vacuum it, but hopefully we'll set up the tree this weekend. So now the stage has been set. No tree, but all of Jess's presents are wrapped.